Oh, yes, the sweet, sweet sounds of another episode of the Social Distance Drinking Club. Thank you guys for joining us. I love I'm fashionably late to everything. We talk about this. I love starting the show late because every once in a while you start to get the antsy fingers. Today it was Mankey saying, "Get on with it!" Like 4 minutes ago.
Oh, cranky Mankey.
I like that.
I like it too.
Sorry, man.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. As always, tell us what you're drinking in the comments. I am just going to have some Lavazza Italian espresso, but usually I like to add a little bit of cream. Today's cream is brought to you by Fernet Branca. So we're just going to go ahead and have some espresso and Fernetzos, huh? Don't worry, I measured this out. This bottle isn't empty for reasons. It's a little bottle. It almost looks like a big bottle next to my face, right?
Your unit of measurement just happens to be one of whatever vessel Fernet comes in.
Yeah, they come in 375s, and they're kind of neat. But, you know. Gentlemen, what are you having?
Well, I'm going for the finally open in Anaheim. Is this not just the greatest can? I love all the finally open inns that Modern Times has been doing, but I particularly love this one. This is definitely going to turn into a succulent planter in the very near future.
Ooh, a succulent planter. Look at you, you crafty man.
Oh, yeah.
Planter. Brett Berry, I'm assuming you don't have a beverage, right? Because you are in San Diego.
I'm hydrating at the moment, and I'm going to be dropping off in 5 minutes. Ellie and I did a somewhat last-minute trip. My sister and her family had rented a ridiculous multi-million-dollar 5-bedroom house for their family. Bedroom, which also meant we got the invite and drove out here and have been at the beach now twice in 24 hours.
Oh, boy, that was the best placed privilege check I could possibly ever give you, sir.
I didn't even tell you where in San Diego. Motherfucking La Jolla.
I figured it was La Jolla, trust me. I mean, where else would you have to be privileged?
This house is ridiculous. You know, like the Avenida de la Playa, the one thing that, like, the one street that connects to the beach right there where, like, all the kayak things are. Have you ever been there?
Yep.
It's literally the second house up from the light to turn onto that street.
Wow.
La Jolla was designed to be, like, egregiously lavish and elegant because, like, imagine going to UCSD and just walking out of your dorm room and going, "Look, the beach." You know, like, it's right there.
Why'd you sound like Keanu Reeves was right there?
Because I just assume everyone on La Jolla Beach is like, "Dude, I passed surfing this week." Like, you know, like I took my finals in surfing. That's how
Yeah. So 10 years ago, you could have described it as like, wow, this is like an Epstein-level mansion.
Hopefully he can't describe it that way now.
That's what I'm saying. No longer is that ever going to be a good thing.
This is more like a Clinton waiting to get on an airplane level of mansion.
Yeah, no, but so the house is amazing. The location is stupid. It's probably a freaking like $5 million house. It's nonsense. But I think I'm gonna probably hop off here in a moment because Ellie and I are gonna head down to Pure Project and see if we can't get in there.
Yeah, and also don't forget to send us the things so we can buy stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The callback.
Nope. Just drink shitty beer and you will like it. Oh, man. This went down quickly and smooth, by the way. Delicious way to start. No, seriously, you going to bring us some stuff from Pure? Because
Potentially. We'll see.
Right.
I'll let you guys know. Actually, I'm going to probably drop off so we can get on the road and get there and maybe pop on for a few minutes from the spot.
Drive safe. Join us on location, sir. Take care.
For me.
See you guys.
Whew, good thing he's gone, right?
Which one of you pulled up the privilege check? Because I was searching for it and I was about to click on it, and then I just shoved. I'm like, perfect.
I did. That was me. But it was the perfect time. He was like, "We're in this ridiculous multi-million-dollar home on La Jolla Beach." Like, I had no choice at that point. And just so you know, this is a really nice cherry wood table I'm doing the show on. Ridiculous cherry wood.
And fine Corinthian leather.
and drinking the nectar of the Carthusian monks. Just lavish. Thanks again, everybody, for joining us. That was Brett. He's in San Diego, and hopefully joining us from Pure Project in a little bit. I'm going to finish this. Tell us what you're drinking in the comments. If you're not drinking, it's fine. I saw Marsha say she was still having coffee, but she's also working. But if you're at work, Marsha, at Tombstone, are you really working if you're not drinking work products? Are you?
I've spent a day working at Tombstone, and I don't remember there being a no Tombstone beer policy.
Yeah, that's fair.
How much do you remember from that day, though? That could just be one of the things on the list of things Adam doesn't remember from his trip to Tombstone.
That was a great. I remember all of it. Like, that was really good.
It just, for some reason, we were all having that weird Big Daddy moment, and dented cans comes to mind. I don't know what it is. Just dented cans. It's Sunday, and Sundays are for sports and stuff usually at this point in our lives. I think I've been waking up slightly confused on Sundays because somewhere in like the extended version of the circadian rhythm, my brain's like, hey, it's the end of August. Where's football? Like, what's going on? But everyone is doing fantasy drafts, it looks like, this week, right?
Quick, Yusuf, just in case anyone cares, I'm drinking Ingenuity.
Oh, sure. I didn't mean to forget you, but I care.
It's fine. There's only 3 of us, and really 4 if you count Brad. But it's from Red House. I picked it up today. I made a run down there. They had a couple of beers that I'd ordered. It's really good. So, Adam Ledford, I know you put in an order through Mr. Barry, and nicely done.
I'm excited about this one for sure. The description is everything I love in beer, so because it's beer.
Because it's
nice little beer stout, huh?
Yeah, I got a little beer stout action here, and this is the closest thing I could find to an appropriate glass, but I think this should work, right? I guess does the trick.
That's quality.
Yeah.
So thanks to Mr. Sam Frazier for dropping this off, and for Ty for grabbing it from Colorado for us. I appreciate that. I will not lie. I might have had a WeldWorks stout, and I'm sorry.
Don't apologize for that.
I'm just saying, I have all of the WeldWorks in my fridge right now that I need to get to you guys. There's unfortunately one for each of us of everything. So I opened that stout knowing full well that was the only one I was going to have.
Or you're going to drink all 4, like all of them, and be like, yep, we never got that one.
Never got it. So.
You have to drink one or all. That's basically where you're at right now.
Depending on how good it was when I had it yesterday, I would have probably said, so weird, one of the cans fell and just, it was everywhere, so I had to drink what was left. It was not that good. It wasn't good enough for me to lie to my best friends, okay? That's No, I'm not saying I wouldn't lie to you guys. I would 100% lie to you guys and drink beer. I'm just saying it wasn't good enough.
No, I wish the beer was better so you could just be your true immoral self. We got some comments coming in. PJ's chugging that cherry limeade goza. That sounded so good. Excited about that.
I don't know if I have that in there or not.
Sure you don't.
I have one for the double dry hops. That's drinking real good right now, by the way. That was the other beer that we canned while we were down there that day. And let's see. We got Alistair's drinking that Alpine Nelson. Very nice. Always love that on draft. What do you guys think for folks who have been fans of Alpine for a long time? Everybody's got their "it ain't what it used to be" kind of thing. Alpine Nelson was like one of the oh my god, this is the way that this new style should be done. Kind of before hazy, but when we were starting to back away from the West Coast bitterness. I still think it's pretty good, but I don't remember it just bringing a tear to my eye, light coming down, looking off into the distance like it used to. So it's I still like it, but I don't love it anymore.
I know when Brett and I first really became friends, we went to a couple of beer festivals and stuff, and he was the IPA guy, I wasn't, and he was all about Alpine IPAs, and I can't tell you hops or anything like that because again I wasn't an IPA guy. I'm still wouldn't call myself an expert on what the flavor profile is on all of them, but I know when he was first getting into it, or when I was first getting into even IPAs, Brett was all about Alpine stuff. So that was 5 years ago or so. So I'm sure, like, at a time, to your point, like, things have changed, the palates have changed, and more places are making similar styles or maybe improving on the style they had. But they wouldn't shock me if you look back and say they were one of the first ones to kind of do the thing. You're like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah, well, I just mean that specific beer. I just think it changed noticeably from when they were first making it. Less a reflection of my palate changing and more, I just don't think it's the same beer anymore. Even though it's good, it's not the motherfucking tan that it used to be. And that is a Varsity Blues reference, by the way.
I was gonna ask, so bringing it back full circle, though. I'm just cracking up at how you phrased it. Like, it's not a reflection of my palate changing. No. I still know what good is. That isn't good.
It's not me. It's you.
It's not me. It's you. A beer, and a brewery. It's not me.
Adam, that like everything was better back in the day, right?
I forgot. Oh yeah, the first time we had that, everything was better.
There we go. Hanging out with us, drinking cocktails at the Buzzed Goat with Mr. Mark Semler, founder of Blue Pint Society here in Phoenix, and getting ready for beer school. Hey, we're ready too. Tell Semler I owe him a phone call.
Hey Jay, let's get a montage video of you training with your cocktails. Like, beer school's a big event. Run some Rocky music in the background.
Neon headband or something. Hey, we've done it. Marcia says, "Okay, just for you guys, I'm drinking another exercise in mediocrity." Well done, Marcia.
We're a great influence on people.
We are happy to adjust your schedule of drinking.
Improve your day?
Yes. Totally fine. Where were we? We were talking about fantasy football because that's a thing now. Because people are doing drafts. I see a dog, by the way. It is behind you. He snuck up behind you, Adam. Your dog is right behind you.
Yeah, no, he's right down. I heard him.
Okay. Sneaky. I'm doing an auction draft with a bunch of beer people that we all know. And I've never done anything but a mock auction draft. So if they're watching right now, they know damn well that I'm a minnow who has accidentally walked into shark-infested water.
I got you. I've done auction drafts. I like auction drafts. To me, I've done fantasy football since I was like 10. But auction is the most fair way to do it because everyone has an equal chance to get any player they want. If you want to spend as much of your budget on that player, you can get them. Whereas like a snake draft, you don't have that luxury. So I love auction drafts, but it's a whole level of skill. You're trying to think, am I overpaying? Do I bid up this player so the other guy has to spend more? Because what if they stop bidding and now I'm stuck with this player for that price? So to me, it's a lot of fun.
I'm confused at this point because the only thing I can think about are the logistics of drafting anyone right now when there are a ton of Pro Bowlers who don't even have contracts that will likely find themselves in the league in a few weeks. And there are, the way they're going to deal with there's a whole different variable here, infection. So people might not be playing for a few weeks as opposed to going through concussion protocol. It's COVID protocol. So I think if all goes the way the NFL is planning on doing things, this might be a super interesting fantasy season with a boatload of sleepers, just tons of them everywhere.
Yeah, but I think you treat COVID like a regular injury. When it comes to drafting a football team, you pick your best players and hope that most of them are homebodies and won't break protocols, and they'll just be good about it. But players get hurt all the time in football, so just pick the best team you can and hope you get lucky.
I don't sports ball very much or very well, which is hilarious because of the company I keep, obviously. But I'm kind of hoping that I just end up with a team. Is there a website I can go look at that tells me which players like to go out to nightclubs?
I think it's called TMZ.
That's the one. Yeah. Yeah. So don't draft Chris Brown. Got it? And
he hits hard though.
He gets what?
No, not okay.
That was rough.
Okay.
Oh man. Hey, Mark Semler, what's up, buddy? Thanks for watching, man.
What's up?
I like how I crossed the line, by the way. That's cool.
Just in this moment, later in the show, I will definitely put my foot in my mouth. It happens every show. It
does indeed. We also have you guys saw some of these pictures people sent in for. I don't know if we're gonna make it like a bi-weekly or a monthly segment, but the fridge raiders bit that we've got going on, some great pictures. People have a whole bunch of stuff. I want to see bourbon collections and like home bars, because I've seen some pretty impressive home bars at people's homes. Full cocktail setup, fridge, flip out. I've seen it. I don't own it, sir. Okay.
My bad.
You can't privilege check me. I don't own it.
I've been in other people's nice homes.
Yeah. Thankfully, some of my friends happen to be very successful and have done well for themselves, and they have nice places. Not that my place isn't nice. I'm just saying I've seen cool stuff. I don't know where the hell to put my home bar. I'm trying to decide if I want to put a home bar or a climbing tree for my cat there, because those are the dilemmas that I face. Now you can privilege check.
I was going to say, where's my privilege check?
Yeah. I will help you build a climbing tree if you want.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. I've got this, some of the homes that my home was built like 2002, and they've got those shelves like up top that are, like where your walls are.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do up there. I'm not going to put plants on it like my grandma did. So
I would do the floating carpeted, like a floating shelf, but you carpet it so that your cat has traction.
Yeah.
And then, just have them run up it. I mean, it's way cooler than like a model train in some kitschy restaurant. You actually get your cat running around the ceiling.
Yeah. And it's facing the dining table, so people come in and it's dinner and a show. It's just a cat fucking doing dumb shit up there. It's perfect.
Adam just like passing up. He's left the show.
Adam Green has removed himself from the cat conversation. I'm the only one here with a cat. Adam, welcome back.
I had nothing to add to that conversation. Like, I've never thought, like, I got a house with a backyard. My dog is fine. Like, there's nothing I have to build for him other than, I guess, in theory, a house with a yard. But I could just go buy that, and I did. It's like, we're done.
Oh my goodness!
I wish I was your real estate agent. Well, what exactly are you looking for? A house.
A house. What kind of house? One with rooms and a yard.
Okay.
We can do that place.
So as we were talking about fridges, we had kind of alluded with the fridge thing that we were going to kind of unofficially vote on our favorites, right, for the collections.
I think so. What I want to do is maybe we can give them a little bit of a rating on their fridges as we look through these. But I was thinking if we do this for a couple of weeks, maybe we'll pick a winner, and I'll pack 2 social distance drinking club masks, even if you're not in the state of Arizona, and mail them to you.
Ooh, I like this. So we'll take our maybe like a 2-tier kind of thing where we have our opinions and then we solicit comments, like voting in the comments kind of thing.
I think that's good.
Yeah,
it's good. And maybe us as a crew should challenge some of the more well-known beer fridge enthusiasts.
Well, I know, like, for us, like, I can't speak for your fridge right now, Yusuf, other than all the Welderworks you apparently have.
Yeah, my fridge looks great right now.
For us,
apparently, like, you don't believe that it's in there?
Still, I don't know. It is Sunday afternoon.
Schrodinger's Weldworks to you?
I feel like for us, and I know, Ledford, your collection is ridiculous, some of the stuff you have. I know, like, for me, I've always, like, some of my friends who aren't in the beer community like we are think what I have is just, like, the most amazing thing ever, right? But I also know other people that, friends of ours, or you, Mr. Ledford, have a fridge or a collection that would put mine to shame. So I'm excited to see what other people have, because everyone's setup is so different. What they have, how much they have, how they have it presented. Like, I want to see what people got, because we're all kind of in the same place as we enjoy having a good alcoholic beverage every now and then. It might be whiskey. People have great collections. It might be wine. It might be beer. But whatever it is, like, it's a fun thing to have, and people store it all different ways.
Yeah, I mean, and that's one of the things, like, we talked about fridges, and, like, there's a difference between, like, your fridge and your cellar, right? I mean, like, I'm sure the folks who are so deep in the game, who may be watching the show right now, if you have, like, storage lockers full of beer and everything's cased up, what I'm saying is it doesn't look impressive because like show us your collection is just some dude scrolling through a spreadsheet, because you have far too many beers to actually categorize or catalog unless you have a giant like 3-door like True Fridge or something. And we had a couple of submissions. I'll show. There are certainly some visually impressive things, but I think your hardest core person won't show well in this competition because it's not visually appealing, is what I'm saying.
But they could then just take pictures of like the things that they're most proud of. I think like maybe not the fridge, but like what are the beers or the whiskeys or the ones that you're like, yeah, that's like flex. This is your chance to do it. Whether it's
if somebody pulls out a small vertical that nobody else has, that's cool, or like a stack of, for example, he who shall remain mysterious until we get him on the show has like more barrel Four Roses than I've seen anywhere. So like Four Roses bottles lined up galore, stuff that I didn't even know existed, which would be great. It'd be cool to see. Regardless, this is a chance for everybody to share what they have with essentially the world. Isn't that neat? So I want to pop on a couple of photos. You said this was sent to us anonymously, Mr. Ledford?
So I talked to some folks in Tucson, and not everybody's conspicuous consumption is intended to actually be that conspicuous outside of a very small group of people. So I did get some photos from some friends today, but they weren't necessarily wanting to have their name pasted all over the internet. But a couple of very exciting fridges that we got coming in here.
All right. So I got one queued up. We'll circle back to a couple of them later, but here is one of them right there. That's
not anonymous. That's my fridge.
Well then, I thought, oh, that is your fridge. That's great. Well, shit, it's your fridge.
One of your fridges, I think.
Yeah. So I have I tried to put most of my like Stout and Horus and Modern Times and Bottle Logic in there, and then just some fun grabs. I think like buried down in there is the Dark Sky barrel stuff. But yeah, like most of the older year vintages of like Bottle Logic I have like in crates, and like all the old, when everybody was into the Firestone Walker collection game, like that's all just in boring boxes in another fridge in the garage. So I didn't really take pictures of that. So
you sent a fridge that actually was pretty impressive. Also, just a quick throwback to what Mr. Mankey said his fridge usually looks like. 4 Locos and 40s, baby. 4 Locos. Is that a Bud Ice? It's natural ice for sure. That is great.
Fantastic.
Attaboy. Keep it going, pal. I'm going to pull up a couple of photos real quick, but I saw something that sure looked a hell of a lot like a commercial fridge to me. And I don't blame anybody for owning one. I just want one now because I could replace a lot of shelves I'm not using in my garage with a commercial fridge.
Commercial fridges are great. Okay, so some people, especially if you're in Tucson, some people might recognize this as Bruce Joseph's commercial fridge, and he sold that when he moved out to Oregon. He posted up a Facebook picture of just the goose that he has left. He says it's his sad small fridge now, but yeah, this behemoth is now in the possession of our friend Jake. And it is one of the more spectacular collections of beer that I've seen in person for sure. We've got an interior shot, right?
Well,
Moonshine.
What about?
It's neon, man. You gotta rock the beer swag you got, man.
Okay, just a second.
Let's click to open the door, everybody.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in the left, so the right door is a bunch of like super random stuff from all over everywhere. The middle door is a lot of the like Theory member beers and stuff like that. But the left door, like you can see some MT Ultras in there. You can see some of the crazy Chaos grids. The bottom shelf, I don't know if you can even see it that well, but like there's like 25 barrel-aged Angry Chairs in there. Every Bottle Logic on the top shelf there is a unique bottle. Like there's no multiples in there. So that's pretty much the entire back catalog. The only like whalish kind of thing that they don't have in there is they don't have the original FF, but at this point, who does? You're probably trading it for the equivalent of a gold brick of other beers that are fresher and probably better at this point.
Well, I was truly impressed by that fridge. Indeed.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy.
I want to go to our Facebook post, actually, where some people submitted their stuff. And 'twas impressive. Indeed.
Heck yeah. And thanks, if you're watching this live or if you're watching this on the on-demand later, thanks for posting up some pretty sweet pics. This is fun.
And keep doing it, because it's a thing you can do. Just send us your fridge, send us your home bar, tag Social Distance Drinking Club, and, of course, Social Distance Drink Club. I'm looking at you, people who took that handle on Instagram. I've extended an olive branch, all right?
They seem to have a little bit more content than the last time. Not slamming them at all, but it seems like they're trying to be active on that page, so that's pretty cool.
Yes. They totally ripped off the Antisocial Social Club logo, but yes.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what we got here. Let's take a look at all of them. And we've got Nick Trees sent us this image right here and said, "My wife is slowly filling my beer fridge with quarantine groceries and her kombucha."
No, Nick, say it ain't so, man. There's all that room could be devoted to your like tired hands.
Is that half and half and Simply Lemonade up there?
You're being invaded.
Should I be concerned about the bag of Brussels sprouts and dozen eggs between the Founders and the Dragoon? Here, some feta cheese in the corner.
Oh, that's the Costco feta cheese. I got that too. That's good stuff.
Is that meat on top of the White Claw, sir? What have you done? What have you done, Mr. Trees? Have you smoked trees before you do this? You never put meat on top.
You know what's funny though? Like he says his wife's taking over the beer fridge with food. I know, like Brett, he said it the other day, and my situation too was we were basically ordered to get beer fridges so we wouldn't have beer in the food fridge. Like we're trying to keep that separate. That's why we have separate fridges now, is so we don't have food or we don't have beer in the food fridge, and then we also won't have food in the beer fridge. It's great.
I mean, I'm impressed by what's going on in this fridge, but let's take a look at another one here. Matthew Klein looks like he used the French doors correctly on this bad boy. Mr. Matt Klein.
That's a nice setup.
I like this spot a lot.
Yeah, there was some Tetris going on this bottom shelf too. Look at this. This is nice.
You line it up and then they disappear eventually. It's weird how that works.
Well, it's one of those things. It's like definitely he's got some great bottles in there. It's a fridge that immediately makes me want to like look behind the first row and see what kind of like things are deep in the crevices there. But also it's very aesthetically pleasing. You know, I just like the look of that. That seems like he knows where stuff is in there, which
you guys know where stuff is in your fridges? Because I lose track kind of what I have in the back of my fridge that isn't recent.
He keeps a spreadsheet. I already know he keeps a spreadsheet because he's the kind of guy that keeps a spreadsheet. Adam Ledford, do you have a spreadsheet of everything in your fridge?
I don't have a spreadsheet of everything in my fridge. The only spreadsheets I keep are usually like club beers that I have like waiting for friends. And that's a split question for another day. But how much of the beers in your fridge or in your cellar are earmarked for other people, either sympathetically like, oh yeah, bro, I'll open this with you, or specifically like they bought it as part of your allocation? I would be interested to know that.
Fair. Rick Knight sent us a photo as well. And Rick, this is solid fridge, my friend. Also, it looks like there's a shelf for like a purpose. This top shelf says we're drinking. This second shelf says we're drinking lightly. The
second shelf says we're drinking lightly, and I had a secret career in grocery retail.
100%. Labeled
and faced, baby.
Notice the Canada Dry is hiding in the back there. I can see it.
I try to separate my fridge to a degree. I know some of the ones we saw, like the Bottle Logic was in one corner and everything. Like I try to have, certain bottles in certain spots and IPAs in one shelf and stouts and other ones on another. I do the same thing.
Where would you keep the beast, Adam?
I wouldn't.
Because you have to have the beast in your fridge to protect it from the refrigerators. Because this guy's got fucking Milwaukee's Best ice sitting right here. And did we get trolled on this one? Did you troll us? Because this is money. I want all of that on one shelf in my fridge.
It really looks like those kids are holding up that shelf too. I know that's not what's happening, but it really looks that way.
They might be. That's hilarious.
All right, so we had a question come in. Gents, do you ever look at any local meads or ciders as well? Yeah, a couple shows ago when we went down, took the opportunity to go to the meeting room, try some of their stuff, which was pretty fun. They do a lot of sparkling, like mid ABV meads, as well as some like traditional big bangers and some ciders, which were great. And I mean, you cannot discount the luxury of Arizona having Superstition in state as a local option. That is ridiculous, and we are so fortunate for that.
And we got to get them on sometime too, because I mean, up in Prescott, they're a world-renowned meadery, and their stuff, some of it makes it down here, not all of it does, but they are so good.
Oh, we'll definitely get them on. But yeah, thanks for watching, Fernando. And if you like mead and you like cider, and there's something in particular, send us a note, man. Comment, let us know.
You know, we're not beer specific. We're happy to talk about anything that people enjoy.
Yeah, I'm definitely not beer specific. I just had Fernet, coffee, and beer in 31 minutes. So I think we're okay.
Great.
Again, I think there's a general blanket term for someone with your particular alcohol consumption habits.
Look, man, if you're gonna go, you go hard. All right, it's fine. Small dose. It's called dosing. I think it's to call it. It helps with this weird thing with my hands. It's shaking. I don't know what's going on, but it does something for me.
So if you like only microbrews, are you microdosing at that point?
Nice. All I could think of was the Blazing Saddles scene, the Waco kid, where he's like, "What? You look just fine," and he goes, "That's not my shooting hands."
Yeah. Oh, I need to watch that movie again. Oh no.
Great flick. There was a conversation on Reddit I saw about what's the one movie you would absolutely insist people have to watch that's a classic, and that didn't come up early on, which is shocking to me.
That is surprising. Yeah.
Terminator 2, Young Frankenstein. I mean, like those came up, but I would have thrown Blazing Saddles in early on that one for sure.
Crossroads, starring Britney Spears. I mean,
that's a classic.
Seminal film.
It's a film of a generation for sure.
I want to share just one person's comment because it's hilarious to me that was in here. Oh, I took everybody out. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Not everything works the way I thought it worked.
What just happened?
You've ever said that, huh, Yusuf?
It's that. Just that. It's creepy. I'm pretty sure that's Jonathan Taylor Thomas saying dilly dilly. What's going on here?
I don't like it
at all. It's really making me uncomfortable.
This is the hybridization of marionettes and child actors. So this is a double whammy for me.
Indeed.
Oh, young Simba, what happened to you?
Well,
I hope you well. I wish you well.
I wish you well. Reminding everybody we're going to keep this going. I think that's what we do. We let it roll. We pick a couple of favorites, maybe take a look at them after the show, and then we let it roll for a few weeks, and we'll pick some winners. I'll send them some stuff. That sounds like fun.
Okay.
You guys know what to do. Follow us on the grams, and also buy a shirt or something.
That'd be great. It'd be great if you could buy a shirt. You know, maybe skip a meal, maybe fast, and use the money that you skip the meal for and buy a shirt.
Buy a shirt, skip a meal. I hear that's the way to do it, right? Isn't that who said that? Was it Martha McSally? Was that the one?
Yeah, that was her.
Yeah. Yep. Thanks, Martha. I'll make sure that all of my donations go to you next Ramadan.
Hey, talking about how the one she's opposing in her Senate race is like terrible with money and trying to take money from people. And I think I responded back like, oh, that's interesting. I'll donate to your campaign or eat. I'm not sure which I should do. Please advise. And they never got back to me.
Well, that's unfortunate. They should have advised you.
Here's what they would have suggested. I wanted to know.
I should have advised you 100%. Have you just been fasting since then and protest?
I wait, like I slimmed down because I'm waiting on Martha McSally's team to get back to me.
He's our own.
You look fabulous. So there's
He's our own, ladies and gentlemen. There he is.
with the hair toss. I love it. I love
With the hair toss. It was indeed. So my draft starts soon, and I think some folks from the Sleepy Whale are actually a part of this. Maybe, possibly. I haven't gotten everybody's teams, but what did you name your fantasy teams?
Mine has historically been the Suds of Liberty.
I like Sons of Liberty. It's good.
Yeah, it's got an icon of Ben Franklin holding just a big ass like pitcher of beer.
Nice.
Yeah.
What about you, Adam?
I'm in a few leagues, and one of them's a keeper league, so I've kept basically the same name since I joined the league. It was called Arians Nation when Bruce Arians was coaching.
I remember that one.
And I had to rename the team when he had retired, but now that he's back, I was able to bring the name back. It's kind of like the Washington football team. I was able to only do it in reverse. I was able to bring Arians Nation back out of retirement. And then the other leagues are more just like based on the league. Like one is like a Marvel theme that I've always done in that league or done in that one. The other one is just like an inside joke with one of the guys that's in the league. But the constant one is Arians Nation, which finished in second place last season. It's
I
a
think
team
we had-
project. So
I think we had Arians Nation as a team when we played together years ago.
maybe I think I was in a league with you like a while
Yeah.
back.
Maggie says he has 104 beers for other people at my house. Maggie, I just legally changed my name 10 seconds ago to other people. So I will be right over. I am coming over, buddy. So I've had a bunch of different names. I'm trying to think of the one I used most recently. Today I made my team name Baba Ganoush because I figured
Clever.
appropriate for what's going on. I may change it at the end of the draft. We'll see. I just had to change it to something because I hate seeing Yusuf's team up there. Last 2 years, I played as the Greendale Human Beings. Because if you watch Community, that's their mascot at Greendale Community College. The Human Beings. And it's a guy in one of those morph suits. So that's it. I figured that was appropriate. Greendale Human Beings are a great team. Well, Troy Barnes is their quarterback.
I think it's difficult coming up with fantasy football team names because you always want to be funny or clever or something, and it's difficult to do that. Like it's one thing when we do beer names, right? It's a beer. Who the fuck cares? But your fantasy football team, it has to somewhat be fantasy football. Like it has to be somewhat football related, right? Or it has to mean something with sport. Like it's difficult.
Does it?
I think so. Most people, I think, try to do that. I think that's where it becomes difficult.
I don't know. Sons of Anarchy just sounded like beer and biking.
It's a team.
It's not Suds of Anarchy. It's Suds of Liberty.
No, Sons of Liberty.
Suds of Liberty.
I forgot already.
I was going historical reference, not pop culture reference.
It just wasn't a memorable enough name. Try a new one.
Wow.
I'm good. Ticker symbol SUDS. We're good.
The ticker symbol SCDS. I love it. Yeah. So, and as I said earlier, I'm doing this whole auction draft thing, and I'm staring at my phone, wondering what the hell's going to happen because snake draft was so much easier. It was like the auto aim version of Call of Duty. You know, just hope this happens. I hope this happens. I guess that didn't. Okay. Hope this happens.
Have you guys ever won a fantasy league, fantasy football league specifically? I did one time. It was my first year playing. My buddy Jimmy finally got me into it, and I like picked my team, and I was like so careful, and I was looking at like reports and choosing stuff every week, and I actually won the first year, which is the worst thing that could ever happen because it gave me such a false sense of my own ability to, negotiate what is mainly luck in a fantasy scenario, I feel like. And I haven't won since, and that's 13 years ago. And the best I've done is made the playoffs like 3 times in that 13 years. Like I am a terrible fantasy football player.
I've won leagues before. I remember winning a work league. It was the first year they did the work league, and I won that. And then they fired me before the next season started. So, I mean, never got a chance to defend my title.
Ooh.
I've won other leagues though, but it's a lot of luck, man. Like the people who know the most, like you go in there, you draft, they auto rank players. If you just pick the best one on the board where it says you should pick, chances are you might win. Like it doesn't, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I find when I pick the choice where everybody goes, well, yeah, that's a no-brainer. You have to pick that guy. That's the guy who gets injured in week 2.
Mm-hmm.
That's usually what happens.
Yeah, Johnson year 2. That was me.
So does everybody still think we should get Marshawn Lynch? Sorry, I've been watching The League to prep myself for my draft.
That show is amazing.
It's perfect. I don't know why people didn't love it. Here's my number, so call me Brady. Nice.
That's a tiny reference.
I have a thing for not having long team names because once they're past like 12 characters, that just gets cut off when you look at it in the roster. So I just wanted to fit because he's just going to be, here's my num. Like that's his name is here's my num. And it's not going to do it, I'm sure that was supposed to be Chris Brown's Ballers. So, but maybe not. Maybe it's Christy. Maybe it's Shreddy. Shreddy?
Downtown Christy Brown? No, that was Downtown Julie Brown.
Downtown Christy Brown.
Old MTV reference.
Indeed. I was hoping Mr. Barry would join us from Pure Projecto.
I don't know how far La Jolla is from the Balboa location of Pure Project. I know when I was in San Diego with my fiance, I want to say a couple months ago, but I think it was more than that because time, marches on. Like we were staying right near it. So it was just like a mile away from our hotel. But I think La Jolla is probably a little bit further away than that.
Well, pandemic notwithstanding, there will always be California traffic when you need to get somewhere quickly.
Well, from La Jolla Beach to Pure Project Balboa Park, it is 20 minutes.
So you should be there by now.
Yeah, he's probably drinking, enjoying himself, talking to them.
We should call him and make sure he's okay.
Without us? Yeah, maybe we should just send a message or something. I don't know. I'm gonna have some more. I'm gonna drink this now because I'm sad.
We're gonna do sad drinking, waiting for Brett Berry. What you got there? You got there?
Oh, just some Wild Turkey Long Branch. It's actually it was a gift. It's not bad. It's nothing that I wouldn't be. I'm not sad if this gets diluted by ice or mixed into a Coke. I'll put it that way.
Okay.
We may or may not have poured some of this into a seltzer a few weeks ago. So, yeah, it was a pretty intensely loaded Truly. I'm not kidding.
Why did that happen?
Would you?
Because some of the finest mixologists in Arizona were at my house, and that's what they decided to do.
Oh, Brett Berry's at Pure Project.
Oh, thank God he's okay. I was going to send a search party. I was worried about him.
No, he sent us a picture from Pure Project, which means he could just be on the show, but
Yeah. If you put whiskey in a seltzer, is that a spoiler maker?
I forgot what they called it, but Spoilermaker's a great name for it.
I don't want one, but I'll take credit for the name.
Did you upload that photo there, Adam?
I did. I could put it on the screen. There it is.
There it is. Brett Berry hanging out with us from afar at Pure Project, hanging out outside. I bet the weather is nice there.
You know what they say? Pure Project, better beers than internet connection, I guess.
Probably not true. I think I remember having
their website actually.
It's their tagline. It's on the bottom of every can. Just like In-N-Out has scripture on the bottom. They just say, great beer, better internet. That's their
Project beer last night. It was good.
Oh yeah, which one did you have?
The Pantera. We decided to watch Black Panther in honor of Chadwick Boseman, and I'm like, the Pantera beer from Pure Project seemed like an appropriate one to do. It was a coffee and coconut stout, like Monster coffee, and it was really good.
Whoa, this just in. Adam Green likes a coffee beer.
I almost had a goddamn heart attack. But hold on. The best person for the job to help us bring the show to a close with some on-the-scene, man-on-the-street action. There he is.
Hey.
How do I look?
God,
You look great, buddy.
he's like James Bond.
He's gonna put his sunglasses on right now. Look, it's coming.
Look what I found.
Who's that?
What?
Is that Petrov?
And Dustin.
Justin
Isn't
Roberts and John Petrov.
Shut the hell up.
Hey, guys.
What's going on, boys?
I think every time Brett goes to San Diego, he runs into people from the Arizona beer community.
Sick invite, gentlemen. You live down the street from me. You couldn't have picked me up. I didn't need to hang out with these schmucks on the internet today.
Hey, Dustin, bad news. Pure Project does not make banana beers. I don't know why you're there.
For those of you joining us at home, we got Dustin Roberts and Mr. Tom Petrov, who's been on the show before. Who else is with them?
Which I can't hear you very well out here. Also,
That's
I'm gonna
okay.
get a drink, so I'm gonna go.
Okay, great. Well, I'm glad we had this talk.
Thanks for checking in.
That was good. Thanks, Brett, man. Appreciate it.
Cheers. What a random happenstance. That's hilarious.
I feel like when Ledford and I went to LA a couple of years ago for our first film and observation thing, Brett went to Pure Project Miramar and just ran into a bunch of people just randomly there. He sent us a drunk picture where like he was in it and it was like a above everyone view. It's like, who the hell took that picture? They're like 15 feet tall. So he just has a way whenever he goes to San Diego, just runs into people from the Arizona beer community.
No,
I think it's pretty common at Pure Project, especially that new Balboa Park location. Like just weekends, guaranteed to run into somebody from Phoenix. It's almost 100%.
We were talking about how much we wanted specifically to go to San Diego at some point. Like the cabin fever hit hard. Actually, how are you guys feeling? Like, I know we don't like belabor the fact that we're all like kind of in a pandemic, but like this week was rough, man. Like, I don't know why, but like the combination of like it just still being stupid hot and not getting a lot of rain, I was just pulling my hair out.
We got rain yesterday. Did you guys get rain down south? I heard it worked.
We did. It was the good soaker style too.
Yeah.
It wasn't a crazy ass like mini hurricane monsoon style. It was just a beautiful, nice soaking rain. So that made everything a lot better. And
I don't think we got any up north. Like it looked like it was going to storm. Saw lightning, but I don't think we got it.
It skirted right after Tempe or right before Tempe. It just skirted over and went to the east. So I figured you guys wouldn't get it. I didn't think we were going to get it here because I was looking. There were flash flood warnings down in Sonoyta. The Tucson area was supposed to just get a nice, clean, constant rain from what I saw. So that sounds like what you got. Yeah, I don't know. I think we caught like the corner of it where I'm at in Chandler. And I was happy to do it because I turned the AC off and I opened all the doors and windows and just aired out the house because it dropped to like 79 degrees last night.
yes.
It was incredible.
And for folks who are watching from around the country, and you may have forgotten, we are in the middle of just living in an oven. And this is the 4 months of hell that we pay for in Southern Arizona for the 8 months of paradise where it's tank tops and flip-flops in February.
Right.
Yeah.
So when I'm barbecuing at the pool at the end of January and you are shoveling snow, understand there were sacrifices made in July and August to earn the right to do that.
So laugh now and poke fun at us because if you're in like, the Great Lakes area, you are living your best life right now. And you're probably, on the lake or playing disc golf or doing something outside.
They know it. They know that right now they could laugh at us if they want. It's probably humid as hell for them anyway, so it's not exactly pleasant to be outside. But they know that in a couple of months, they're going to wish they were us. They know that.
I think it's a trade-off. You just want to have the freedom and the capital to be able to have a summer home in southern or a winter home in southern Arizona and a summer home like anywhere else but Southern Arizona.
Yeah. And on that,
year round. Sorry.
I'm going to say we wrap this bad boy up early because my fantasy draft just started. And Adam Green, I'm going to need your help in the green room.
That's my room.
That works. I am going to wrap up this bad boy. Whoa, I got a little choppy for a second. Hopefully not too bad. I'm going to wrap up this bad boy right here. This Bierstadt Dunkel was delicious. Cheers, everybody. Thank you guys for joining us for another episode of Social Distance Drinking Club. We'll see you on Sunday at 7:30 Pacific times. Salud.
Did you say Sunday at
Tuesday. Sorry, I'm looking at my draft. I'm gone. See you Tuesday. Well, I mean, we'll see you Sunday too. Hopefully, just watch the show.
Draft well, caballero.
Bring us beer, Brett.
Time is a construct.